So where's this? Okay, in last session we have seen the architecture of SonarQube and how to configure or install SonarQube and scanner on Linux and access it, right? So nothing but architecture will have this SonarQube server, uh, one scanner and database. So you have to use external database. If you don't want to use that, there will be one default database. That database name is H2 database. You can use that, but it is not recommended for production. For production, you should not use the default database. You have to use the external one. Okay, so yesterday we created one Linux mission, and the prerequisite for that is like we need to have minimum of 2 GB RAM. Why? Because it needs 1 GB dedicated RAM. So we'll take like T2 medium type of instance which has more than 2 GB RAM. It has 4 GB RAM, right? So we'll take that. That we have created SonarQube server, downloaded SonarQube server. We try to start at SonarQube, and we have found that it needs minimum of Java 11 version, right? Not 10. So in the requirements link also I have shown that it needs minimum Java 11, right? So you can download and start working with that. Okay. Okay. So SonarQube server, SonarQube scanner, we have to download, right, separately. And then we have to set the path for Sonar scanner, but not required for SonarQube server. I also said one point. You no need to have both SonarQube server and scanner on the same mission. You can have them on a different missions also. You can have SonarQube server on one mission and SonarQube scanner on the other mission. Okay. So it will have web server, which will give the web support, compute engine, which will divide those based on categories, and search engine for easy searching. So this and all we have discussed. And to download in to download SonarQube scanner on Windows, it is same. Like you have to download the software, SonarQube server, you have to download SonarQube scanner also you have to download. You need to set the path for SonarQube scanner. So we know this. So you have to download SonarQube server, you have to download Sonar scanner. For Sonar scanner, you have to set the path. Once you set the path, right, you can see that Sonar scanner -b version. Then you can go on scan the project, but you need to have Java 11, but I have only 8, I think. Okay, I'll show that Windows part later. Okay, I need to upgrade it to what is that, uh, 11. Okay, for now let me discuss about that. So if you have this, see, I have downloaded my SonarQube and scanner. So in Windows it will be easy to show, so I'm choosing this. Here, see, SonarQube. I have downloaded one SonarQube zip file. Okay, zip file I have downloaded. SonarQube scanner zip file downloaded. I extracted these two, so I got this SonarQube scanner and SonarQube. So let me get into SonarQube. So if you get into SonarQube, we'll be able to see that bin location, bin, right? So bin, then conf logs, web, like this. We have different folders. I explained each one yesterday. And if you want to start your SonarQube, we can get into bin. Here under this we have different folders for different environments. So if it is Windows, right, we can go here, we can go here and start your sonar.bat. Using this command you can start it, right? Next, from here you can start it. Okay, so if it is Linux, you have to go to this folder and start it. If it is Mac, you have to go to this folder and start it. So SonarQube software is same for all the environment, all the OSs. Just in the bin folder, you have to choose based on your operating system. You have to choose the folder and then go and start your SonarQube, right? Okay. Next, this is about SonarQube. Next, Sonar scanner we have. Sonar scanner. So Sonar scanner, if you see here, it also has bin. It also has bin, right? Some commands are there inside that, some bat files. If it is Windows, if it is Linux, uh, because this we downloaded based on operating system. Sonar scanner is different for operating system. So if we downloaded for Windows, so it is showing this bat files. There is something called as sonar-scanner.properties, right? Next here, wait a second, bin is okay. Next, conf is there. Okay, under conf we have sonar-scanner.property. This is very important. This is very important. There are some elements. See, I'll show you. So here it has this sonar host URL equal to this one. It is showing. This is too much important. What is this? Is, see here, configure here general information about the environment, such as SonarQube server connection details. For example, no information about specific project should appear here. Okay. So what is this saying is, leave about this I'll tell later. What it is saying is, see, I said you no need to have SonarQube scanner and um, server on the same mission. You can have them on a different mission. So the prerequisite for SonarQube server is like Java 11 and all, right? So if you have like this, if you have, this is my Linux mission where I have this one SonarQube server. Okay, Sonar server, so for example. Okay, I have SonarQube scanner. I have a different Linux mission where I have scanner. Okay, Sonar scanner. Okay, I have a different mission. Now, if you have a different mission for Sonar scanner, what the job of Sonar scanner? It is going to scan each each file by line. All Java files or whatever the language you are using, for them it is going to scan each and every line. Once it scans, it generates the report, right? To which server it has to give the report? To which server it has to give the report? To my SonarQube server. So where your SonarQube server exists on this mission. So if it is a same mission, if SonarQube server and SonarQube scanner are running on the same mission, SonarQube server is accessible through browser, right? You have to give that HTTP localhost, and SonarQube server will run by default on 9000 port, right? That port number, that SonarQube server URL, you have to give it. So as both SonarQube server and scanner are running on the same mission, and SonarQube server is running with a 9000 port, you can give it. But if you are running SonarQube scanner on a different mission, SonarQube server on a different mission, if you want to tell your SonarQube scanner that export the report to a SonarQube server which is on the different mission, so you have to give like this: IP address colon 9000. IP address of your SonarQube server and the port number of your SonarQube server. If it is 9000, 9000. If it is different port number, you have to give it. This is too much important. You remember, SonarQube server and scanner can run different missions. If your SonarQube scanner has to upload the report to a particular SonarQube server, you have to give the URL. If both are on the same mission, it is localhost 9000. If both are on different mission, you have to give that. Okay, if you have to give the IP address of your SonarQube server where your Sonar scanner has to upload the report. Okay, fine. Next, this is conf we just discussed, right? Okay, these are about JRE library and all. And one more thing to remember in the SonarQube server is, if you get into conf, there is one thing called as sonar.properties. Sonar.properties. See here, it will say this. First, let me tell about one thing. This is DB part. I'll discuss about this. Here, Sonar web port. By default, see here, TCP port for incoming HTTP connection, default value is 9000. Here, what is this is the default port number of your SonarQube server is 9000. The default port number of your SonarQube server is 9000. If you want to change it, means if 9000 port number for your SonarQube server is already utilized under SonarQube software, see under SonarQube, under conf, there is one. We have two things, right? SonarQube and Sonar scanner. So to upload the report to some other SonarQube server under Sonar scanner, we have one file called as sonar-scanner.properties. Here we'll give the host URL. Right? SonarQube server URL. So our this is the Sonar scanner conf. In the Sonar scanner conf, we are giving the URL of SonarQube server to upload the document. Okay, to upload the report. Your SonarQube server will be running with, this is SonarQube server, right? Here it will be running with a port number called as 9000. If you don't like it, or else if some other application is already utilizing a port number, you want to change the default port number to some other port, then under sonar.properties, under your SonarQube file, there is one sonar.properties. Here you can go. Here it is commented, right? You can uncomment it. By default, it will use 9000. If you want to change it, you can uncomment it, right? You can uncomment it and then use a 9000 or other than 9000 port number, whatever you want to use, you can use that and restart your SonarQube server. Okay, and you want to access your Sonar Cube, and you want to access your Sonar Cube with a different context route. Not only that, IP address colon 9000, right? If you try to hit that, it will work by default because context route is nothing else. I don't want to access with IP address colon 9000. In Tomcat, I said about IP address, host, and context route, right? So for my Sonar Cube, I want to give a context route like this Sonar Cube, right? So how my Sonar Cube accessed is HTTP colon IP address HTTP colon / IP address colon 9000 / Sonar Cube. When I type / Sonar Cube after the port number, then only my Sonar Cube should be accessible. So you can comment this and set it. Right? We'll see this later. And when we integrate with Jenkins, we'll see this. And how our Sonar Cube should be accessed. Sonar Cube has to be accessed from any IP address, from my local laptop, your local laptop, in the source IP address, right? Which thing? So by default, it is 0.0.0. So anyone can access your Sonar Cube, right? So like this, it will be. These are the parameters. You remember, these are too much important. Next. So these are related to your Sonar Cube server, right? Your Sonar Cube server port number, Sonar Cube server port number. If you want to set any context route for your Sonar Cube, right? And if you want which IP address has to access your Sonar Cube server, those are related. These parameters related to your Sonar Cube server. Next, I said in the architecture diagram, by default it is going to use H2 database, right? Yes, H2 database. Yesterday also we configured on Linux. It is going to use H2 database. I want to use external database. I want to use external database, right? I don't want to use the default database. I want to use an external database to store the reports, right? So in such case, you have to do like this. Sonar Cube is going to support so many, it is saying the embedded H2 database, important, the embedded H2 database means the inbuilt H2 database used by default. It is recommended, here itself it is saying, it is recommended for tests, but not for production use. Supported databases are this, means it is saying it is not, by default it is going to use HT database that comes by default in embedded database, but it can be used only till testing environment. But for production, we should not use this. If you want to use production, you use external database. What are all the external database it is supported is Oracle, PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL, right? It is going to support. Okay. And what are these databases? We'll discuss in the RDS, but let me explain it now. So if you are connecting to database have its username and password. Those details you have to uncomment this and give the username and database here. And if it is the database port number, right? This is for embedded database. And if it is like external database, if you are going to use Oracle database, you have to uncomment this line here, uncomment this line, give the database IP address here. JDBC user localhost in this IP address of that machine and port number, right? You have to give it. If it is PostgreSQL, here under this PostgreSQL, you have to uncomment this, and give that IP address of this PostgreSQL here. If you're using Microsoft SQL, MySQL, right? So you have to uncomment this and give the change the details here. Change the IP address, DB name, you have to change it here. If it is like some other database, right, you have to give the details. SQL server is the following string for SQL auth while connecting to the MySQL server. So these details you have to change accordingly. Okay, these details you have to change accordingly. That's it. Nothing. It's not much difficult. If to use external database, it is not much difficult. Just you have to give the username and password here. Username and password of the database. Either it is this database, Oracle database, MySQL, Postgre, whatever it is, it needs username and password. So these are common, right? You have to give the database username and password here. And based on the type of the database, you have to change the details here, right? If it is MySQL, you have to change it here. If it is Postgre, you have to change it here. If it is Oracle, you have to change it here. So like this, the format is different for each database. So they have given a sample. You can, instead of uncommenting this, just take this URL, keep that for reference. You keep one more line here, uncomment and use it. So it will connect to that database. Instead of using default H2 database, it will use this external database. Okay, we'll see working with this external database later. For now, let's me go with that default database only. Okay, fine. So let me launch my instance. Let me connect to my AWS instance till. Okay, this is the instance. This is the instance what we used in yesterday's class to configure our Sonar Cube and scanner on a Linux machine. Use same instance to configure both Sonar Cube, scanner, and server. Okay, we have used same instance for SonarQube server and scanner. So yesterday I have shown you how to configure SonarQube as a service and how to set the path for SonarQube scanner. Okay, Sonar scanner. Now let me check the status. So service. Okay, I want to switch as to check that sudo su Sonar. We have created separate user, right? Sonar. Let me go to that user. Let me check the status of that. Service. What we give SonarQube, I think, right? SonarQube status. Okay, inactive. It is in startup state. Okay, let me start it. Right? System. Is this instance? Redirecting. Okay, let me check the status.
Start SonarQube.
That is systemctl. That is service command I'm using. Either you can use systemctl or service. Okay, it started. Sudo privileges. Okay. So now I started. So now let me go and access my EC2 instance. For this, I'll take the public IP address of this instance. Okay. As we started public IP changed, right? 9,000. Right? 9,000. Now, if you don't want to access with 9,000, what you have to do under SonarQube, sonar.properties one file is there, right? Under conf directory, you have to go and change that port number. If you don't want to access directly with the port number, you want to give some context route like /SonarQube. You can set the context route also. This is my SonarQube. This is my SonarQube dashboard, right? I want to log into my SonarQube. If you click on this SonarQube login, by default, the credentials are admin, right? Admin 123, I guess. Okay, admin 123. No, admin. Admin. Okay, admin. Username is admin, password is admin by default, right? So you have to go and change the password because the default, the admin username, by default, it is giving admin user and giving a password for that as well, right? You have to go and change it. So how to change it is go here, my account, right? Here, security, change password. Okay, you have to go to this. You logged in as an administrator, admin user, right? You can create a different users here. So my account, in the security here, password. Old password was admin, right? You have to change it. You have to change it to new password. So I'm giving the new password and confirm it. And confirm the new password, change password. That's it. The password has been changed. Okay. Next, if you go to projects, I have not scanned any project so far. So if you want to create a project here, you can go here and give a project key. For example, that is batch 22, something like batch 22. I'm giving the display name also. If you want to give, this should be the unique name. It is display name. So I want to set up it. I have created a project. I have provide a token. What is this token and all, we'll see later. For example, I'll give this also as batch 22. We'll discuss about that total project. If you want to use it, you can take this token. And use it. Okay, for now I'm deleting it. I will see what is this and all. Right, you can create the projects here, right? You can configure your analysis, like how your project scanning has to be done. We'll see about this later. So it is saying here, one warning: embedded database should be used for evacuation purpose only. The embedded database will not scale. It will not support upgrading of newer version of SonarQube, and there is no support for migrating your database data out of it into a different database engine. So it is saying, basically it is saying the drawbacks why you should not use that embedded database. Just only for testing purpose you can use. After that, you have to use the external database only. It is saying, okay, fine, we'll see this. You can create a project like this. Okay, next. Okay, so far I know how to create a SonarQube, right? How to create Sonar Scanner. So far we just configured Sonar Scanner but haven't used it. So we know how to configure Sonar Scanner, right? And then we also know how to configure SonarQube, and that to configure how to configure it as a service and access it, and how to see the dashboard also we know. Now I want to integrate with one of the project, means I want to use this Sonar scanner in one of the project and upload my document there. So what you have to do is, for example, let me take one project. Let me take one project. Let me take one project. Okay. Projects. So here I have different projects, right? Let me take this web project. Let me take this web project. So as it is a Maven project, see, dealing with ANT or normal projects means integrating your SonarQube with ANT projects is different. Integrating with Maven projects is different. And while integrating with Jenkins, you can integrate it two ways: directly with Maven or else with a plugin also. We'll see that. We'll see that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my pom.xml. Right. You remember one thing. If you want to integrate SonarQube in your projects for code quality analysis, right? So far, I have a project, I have a SonarQube, I have a SonarQube, but there is no link between those two. I want to create a link, means I want to integrate them, right? So if it is a Maven style of project, I'm going to integrate it in the pom.xml. I'm going to integrate it in the pom.xml. Okay. Let me use this notepad plus I don't have. I have. For now, let me use this notepad. All right. Okay. Let me open this. Here you can see there is something called as profiles. Right? We already seen profiles in one way, right? This is other way of using. So profiles, under profile, I have given ID as Sonar. I have given ID as Sonar. Now see this Sonar. Next activation by default. This I explained, right? For when we are integrating with profiling, Maven profiling, I explained, right? Here, what I'm going to do is I'm giving one plugin. I'm dealing with one plugin. I'm adding one plugin. What is that plugin? Is Sonar Scanner, Sonar Maven plugin, right? So this is called as Sonar Maven plugin. Sonar Maven plugin version I'm reading dynamically from here. This plugin somewhere here, Sonar plugin I mentioned in the properties, right? Somewhere, what is that key here? Okay, Sonar Maven plugin version. Somewhere. Okay, here only, sorry. Okay, here only I have defined it as a property. Here only I have defined it as a property. So from here only reading, you can directly configure it here and above here under property element, you can create a property, or else directly you can create, which will be accessible only for the inside the plugin. So what I'm giving is, I'm giving a SonarQube URL, my SonarQube server URL. All right, in the project pom.xml, I'm creating one element called as profiles. Under that profile, as we are going to use only one SonarQube server to export the update, to export or to export the reports. So we are going to define that ID activation, right? And then we are going to give the SonarQube URL. This is here, SonarQube server URL. Till here, you have to give it. Here, you have to give it here. Slash is important. If you don't have slash at the end, it will fail. Okay, you have to give this. And a plugin. So there are a Sonar plugin, Sonar Maven plugin, because we are going to integrate our project directly from Maven to SonarQube, not from Jenkins to SonarQube. With the Maven itself, we are integrating. So this is one way. You have to give it here. So under that properties, you have to give your SonarQube server URL and this plugin. Okay, so we have to use this plugin. So we are saying that we are going to use this plugin. We have created one property, we are using it, right? So now with these details, we are going to upload our, means we are going to scan our project and upload it there. Okay, how to do it? I'll tell you. See, let me install, let me switch as, let me go to Excel. So yum install. Okay, I would have installed with that user only. Install git. What I'll do is I'll clone that KC Maven project to my Linux machine. I'll clone it. Git clone Okay. See, here I have pom.xml. Here I have pom.xml, right? So let me open this pom.xml. Vi pom.xml. I'll go here. Here I already have in the example itself. I have given the profiles right here. What you have to do is you have to change the URL of your SonarQube. You have to change the URL of your SonarQube. My SonarQube is running here, right? My SonarQube is running here. So let me take this IP address to my pom.xml. Here I'm gonna replace this. That's it. The plugin details, everything you can leave as it is. Okay. An extra slash is the remove this. So this is my SonarQube server URL, right? Save it.
Sir,
Yes.
now as it is the same mission, we can give localhost here.
Of course, you can give.
Yes, sir.
Yes, both are running on the same mission, right? So you can give localhost, no problem. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. In case I said, right, if it is a different mission, you have to give different URL, right? Okay. Now what I'm going to do is ls, right? Here, now I'm going to use my SonarQube scanner. Now you need a SonarQube scanner to generate, to scan your project and analyze it, right? You need a SonarQube scanner. For that, what you have to do is, it's very simple. MVN clean package or install or deploy, whatever it is. You can use any goal, MVN clean package, anything you can use. Sonar : sonar. You have to use this. Sonar : sonar you have to use. Now see this. Now see this. Command not found because we don't have Maven. Sorry, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll try to download Maven. Maven download. Okay. Now we'll face issue. What is that issue? I'll tell later. Let's see this. I'm going to take this zip file. Okay, I'll go to OPT. cd/opt sudo wget. Okay, sudo unzip apache maven ls. Where is maven here? cd apache maven. Take this. Patch underscore profile. Now we'll face issues. Get ready for those. Okay, /pin.
Sir, M2 underscore
M2
home.
underscore home, right? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll change it. One second, yes, I'll revise. Okay, let me run the source as well. Okay, now let me type mvn-version. Okay, mvn is there. Now what I'll do is I'll go to that project here, right? I'll execute a goal. I'll execute a goal that is mvn clean package. First, let me execute only mvn clean package. mvn clean package. Let me execute this. It is downloading the dependencies right in the pom.xml, whatever the dependencies we have written. So it is going to download. Build is success. Build is success. Now let me go to my SonarQube. SonarQube just as a test. Let me refresh this project. I'm not able to see anything here, right? Just other than that, batch 22, whatever we created. Now what I'll do is, along with that MVN clean install package or anything, MVN clean install, clean package, clean deploy, whatever it is, your goal can be anything. At the end, you just define sonar colon sonar. Just define sonar colon sonar. Now you observe it. Now you observe it. It is downloading something, that repository plugins, something it is downloading. Next, you can see sonar scanner, something it is downloading. It is dealing with that the dependency, the plugin we added, right, which is related to SonarQube. So that plugin related things it is downloading. Okay, let it download. Once it is downloaded, if you can see here, you can see here somewhere SonarQube version 8. It is see, now it is dealing with SonarQube. It says that, so something it cached here, and then it is loading quality profiles. See, observe this, loading quality profile. What is this quality profiles? I'll discuss next. One line I have to show somewhere it is. Somewhere it is. See, you observe here, analysis successful. Analyze successful. You can browse the report. It means it has analyzed that, right, and it is available at this URL. You can go and analyze. Means it is saying that it has successfully analyzed, uploaded the report. Now you'll be able to see that report under this URL. Now let me go to this SonarQube, refresh it. Now you can see that this Maven web project is here. It has passed. Means it has analyzed. There are no much issues, so it is passed. It is saying. Now how this name came here is, if you see, I'll compare in Windows only. I have the same pom.xml and Windows, right? Let me show it from here, because on Linux I cannot easily show it. Okay, you see here, the name it has came from this Maven web project. The name, the display name we have given like this, right? So this name is going to be used for the display purpose, Maven web project, right? So if I go to my SonarQube, here we have used that name, the display name, whatever we have here, the name element someone was asking, right? So this is a display name. So it will be used here. So now if I get inside this, if I click on the project, now you can see these things it has analyzed. It has analyzed something like related to security. It has analyzed some bugs. It has analyzed, right? It is going to show that. If you have code coverage, means with the code coverage is nothing but I said about JUnit test cases, right? We'll have original code, and we have a testing code. The JUnit code, unit testing code we will write to check to test the original code, right? So with that testing code, how many lines we are actually doing the test, right? Like that it will show. We are not using any code coverage, so it is showing 0%. I'll go to this bugs. Now see, these are important. We'll concentrate more on the bugs only. Now under bugs, right? If we come here, so there are something called as bugs, vulnerabilities. It will divide like the types, bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, like that it will define. Now, if we come to severity, these are very much important. These are interview question, and real time also we have to concentrate on these things. Blockers, critical, major, minor, info. Total 5 are there. Under severity, there are 4 things. Types is like this: bugs, vulnerabilities, code smells, right? It is dividing them into, as I said, compute engine as per our architecture, I said, right? So compute engine, what it is going to do? It is going to divide them. It is going to divide them into these categories like types, severity. It is going to divide that. Compute engine is going to divide like this. And who is going to give that support of accessing this from the browser? That is web server. Okay, the web server, whatever we have, right? The web server and the SonarQube server, whatever we are using, that is going to give this UI screen support. Now tell me, when we run the command mvn clean package, that sonar, who scanned the code? Scanner. So wherever you execute this command, there you need to have the SonarQube scanner. There you need to have, means under wherever my project is there I need to have SonarQube scanner to scan my code and generate the report. So in that SonarQube scanner, sonar-scanner.properties, you have given one URL, right? The SonarQube server URL. There it will upload. So you need to have SonarQube scanner wherever your project is there. So as per the URL you defined on your SonarQube scanner, right? After scanning the report, your SonarQube scanner is going to upload the report to that SonarQube server. So we have SonarQube server and scanner on the same mission. So it is going to scan and upload to that as we have given the IP address and port number, it has uploaded there. Then we can access it here. So have you understood what is SonarQube Scanner will